Welcome back, baby! Episode 28 of the Yanek Show. How is everybody doing? Welcome back. I hope that you're doing well, mate. Yes, we're number one. The country is open, and as we speak, what date is it today? Hold on, I don't know. The country's been open for a few days now, or a week or something. The pubs are reopened in the UK and the restaurants. And yeah, boy, here, Mr. Mechanic. I actually went out this weekend for the first time in the last 4 months. And do you know what happened? So I went out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, and on Monday, I started to feel a bit ill, and on Tuesday, I was sick as a dog. Hold on, because, well, apparently, when you haven't left your house in fucking 3 months, your immune system gets a bit, sensitive and a bit wobbly, and this is what happened. And I'm recording this now. This is pre-recorded on Friday, and I was so fucking sick for about 3 or 4 days. But the thing is, every Wednesday I need to put out an episode, and it takes some time to schedule them and to edit and all that stuff. And this is the first day that I kind of feel okay, and I was like, I need to record the podcast for the good people of the internet. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this episode is not going to be as crazy and wild, full of energy as usual. I'll try my best, but you need to understand that I was really sick a few days ago, and fucking hell, man, like, god damn it, I think this is revenge. It's not the corona, okay? It's not the corona, but I think this is some sort of a revenge because I was talking so much shit about the corona and about kicking it in the balls and all that type of stuff, okay? And no, I'll tell you what happened. So, what the fuck, man? Pissed me off. It genuinely, this is not a joke. I legit got sick, and I had. Okay, so this is what happened. So on Saturday, I went out with. I think I told you a few episodes ago. I I went on a first date in a Mazda shop. And if you haven't seen that episode, I think that's episode 25. Yeah, 25. So a few weeks ago. And, the girl that I went out with dating now, everything's very happy. And we really like each other. And so great, okay? And your boy is not single anymore. He has a girlfriend. Oh, goddamn, okay? And it's been a while for Mike Yanek. Let's just put it that way, to have a serious relationship. So it's quite exciting and something a bit different. And so we went out on Saturday. I was thinking, like, if we go to the pubs, it's gonna be jam packed with people. So we didn't. Hold on, there's something here that fucking distracts me. Oh my god, my ADHD is fucking all over the place, mate. Oh, my desk has all type of shit. The inner workings of a crazy comedian's mind. If I get distracted very easily, so if there's something that like annoys me, I need to remove it. Anyway, so we went to the shops mostly. We went to like Lidl, and we went to like a foreign place because she's not British. So we went to like a foreign place market as well. We bought some food and we cooked at her place. Then we went to the park, that type of stuff. And the next day we went to like a big shopping mall so it was on Sunday in the morning, not to town, but there's like another place where they have all the shops, and it was quite busy. I mean, like, fuck now, and the weather was all crazy. Like, it was sunny and warm early in the morning. Like, half an hour later, it rained, and it was warm again. It was like all over the place. And we did a lot of walking. It was very windy and everything, and fucking, and there was a lot of people. And I'll be honest with you, mate, I do have a mask because it's like mandatory in the taxis, but I did not wear it inside any of the shops because these masks are fucking uncomfortable, mate. I'll be honest with you, okay? Like, I know this is probably public safety type of shit, they say on the news all the time. I'm not telling you should not wear a mask. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? And don't be one of those fucking stupid people that say like, oh, wearing a mask is tyranny or that type of shit. Okay, the government just wants to look after, like his image and wants to look after his people, and not because he gives a fuck about the people, but because if there's like too many people who are, who are contagious or whatever, there'll be overcrowding in the hospitals, and that will make them look bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like they give a shit about you. Nobody gives a shit about you. I'm sorry to break it to you, but this is just how society is. Maybe except me. I'm a good boy, so I'll probably really care about you. And but anyway, so so we went to the shops, and so this was like the first time I wore a mask was to get a taxi, to go somewhere. And before that, I've never wore the mask anywhere. Like, I didn't even have a mask. She bought a mask for me because I found out that you cannot go to a taxi or whatever if you don't have the mask. So I put it on, and I was like, fucking hell, man. It's like really... And by the way, this mask is shit. It's really bad because you're literally smelling your own breath, which is disgusting. You know what I mean? Even I brush my teeth, fucking I use mouthwash, and then I have like a mint or something, but it's still fucking disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And that mask, fucking one day of wearing, the next day it smells, oh bro, it smells like farts, man, and sweaty socks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? And I clean the mask, you know what I'm saying, by hand or wash it or whatever, and it still fucking smells like shit. Okay, and that's why I see now why people don't want to wear that fucking mask, because it's disgusting. If it helps, I don't know if it really helps, but I think it probably helps, innit? So, but if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I cannot tell you what to do. Anyway, so we go to these shops, right? And they had this thing, so you queue. We went to TK Maxx first, and you queue, and there's like 2 meters between all the people, which I fucking love. If we can keep that rule going, that'll be tremendous. Okay, because I fucking hate queues when, like I've said many times, like an old creep guy is just pressing really close to me. I'm like, okay, guy, like what the fuck? Or somebody literally breathing down my neck or whatever, or somebody just farting right in front of me, like... What the fuck, guy? Always like a creepy middle-aged guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? So, we queue and we go inside. So, what they do is they have a capacity of 50 people. So, it cannot be more than 50 people at one time in the shop. And there's like one guy, which, by the way, this is like the best gig ever. Like, if you're a worker in a retail shop and your duty for the whole day is just be by the door, and they literally, what they do is, if 2 people go out, they're like, go in. 2 people go in. And that's it. You just stand there and you tell people to go in. That's the best gig ever. You don't do fuck all day. You know what I'm saying? So we waited, man. We like 10 minutes or something on the queue. So we go inside. You have like a little station or whatever to sanitize your hands. But she carried little sanitizer. So we sanitize our hands ourselves, and we go inside, and there's like there's signs everywhere. Please please do not touch any of the items if you don't have to. This is because of safety and hygiene and corona. Bro, we fucking touched everything. I'm not joking. Like, look, we disinfected our hands a few times, so it's okay. But I like to touch stuff, you know what I'm saying? And there was like candles. We were smelling candles. How the fuck? Well, I'm just gonna look at a fucking candle. I need to pick it up and smell it, you know what I'm saying? So we touched fucking everything. And we touched all the clothes and all that stuff. I hope I don't get a complaint from TK Maxx now or whatever the fuck. It's one of my favorite shops, by the way. Unless you buy clothing, it's so fucking expensive. Are you kidding me, guy? Come on. You can never find your size. Like, they have some good designs, but it's only one size because it's just... What is it? Like random clothes from other stores that they couldn't sell or something like that, So it's fucking bizarre. Anyway. So we go there. We'll probably stay there for like an hour. It's like a big shop on 2 floors. And then we finished. Then we went to like a little... what is the thing? Like... B&Q or whatever the fuck. Just buy some stuff for the house. And then we went to... was it... Wilco or whatever the fuck. And Wilco's, by the way, I bought this. I don't know if you can actually see it. Hold on. I'm not sure if you can see it on the fucking... So I bought this. Can you see this? Oh, I fucking love this, man. This is like a little pegboard or whatever. But, so we went there, and I look at the back, and it says £6. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm cheapskate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pay for £6. And it was purple. like it was like this cover, and I was like, I cannot have this in my fucking room, you know what I'm saying? So, but then we go to the tills, and I look at the same thing, and it says 150, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I need to have this for 150, and I was like, I'll just paint it. So I painted it, and look at this, man, it's fucking awesome. So yeah, I forgot to readjust the camera so you can see this. So, but it's okay. And so we go there. We finished, and it's fucking windy, mate. Honestly, and that retail park was not that far away from my girlfriend's flat, and we did the shopping, and I go home. We go to her place, and I'm so fucking tired. Anyway, and when I come back home on Monday, I'm just like, fucking hell, mate. Like, I got a cold, honestly, because yeah, I was making all these jokes and like, oh yeah, fuck everything, blah blah blah, and I didn't wear a mask, and I didn't fucking, and the weather was weird, and I've been, my immune system was down for about 3 months because I didn't go nowhere, and I haven't been sick. So I was really sick. I was really sick on Tuesday, and I had a like crazy fever, and fucking my head was killing me, my throat, I couldn't talk as well. Can you imagine? It's very difficult for me if I cannot talk, okay? Because I love to talk all the time. Forget about it. And so it's like, fucking hell, mate. So yeah, this episode is not gonna be as crazy and wild as usually, because I was very very sick, but I have stuff to do. When I say every Wednesday you get an episode at 9 in the morning, you get every episode of every Wednesday you get an episode. Okay, if people gonna like it or watch it, that's a completely different story. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be consistent. If you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it fucking right, or you're not gonna do it at all. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but that's about it, man. Like my first going out was a fucking, yeah, but people, man, people just, I saw some pictures, bro. People in London, there was like this gathering, and I think so. You had a street which was closed off for cars and stuff, and on both sides you had all the businesses. But I think there were so many people that they couldn't fit everybody inside those businesses, and they don't look that big as well. Little cafes, bars, discotheques, I don't know, cake shops, whatever the fuck. So people were literally on the streets, like jam packed. Or maybe it was like a town square or something, but I think it was in London, and everybody got so fucking smashed and drunk. And I saw some reports, people fighting and going crazy, and I saw like a clip of people fighting in somebody. It was like a pub or like back gardens or whatever, and just people beating the fuck out of each other because they're so drunk. I love this country, bro. So we reopened Britain, baby, year number 1. Whoa! And we're ready, and we're kicking, and we're ready for business. You know what I'm saying? Just open the businesses and let's get this party started. Woo, baby! But everybody was so fucked up, and but I saw they closed a few pubs now because somebody tested positive for COVID. Can you imagine? I saw like 3 pubs, I think. Can you imagine you go to a pub after 3 months of staying in your house, right, to avoid the corona, and then you go and you get fucking smashed in and pubs in England, if you're not from England and the UK, they've all of UK, the pubs are usually the same type, but they are small places usually, you know what I mean? And especially if they have rooms, and now because everybody wants to go, there's like an explosion of people rushing into these places. So you might have a room which is like a standard, the size of a living room, or even like a kitchen, that type of size, with 60 people inside. Can you just imagine your living room where you live right now to jam-packed 60 people, for instance? You know what I'm saying? You go there, you get smashed on the weekend, and then somebody calls the pub and says, "Do you know what? I went on Monday because I was not feeling well, and I tested positive for corona." And now they're texting all the people, calling all the people, and there's like small towns, I think, that went to the pub to tell them. Can you imagine? Oh my god, I'll be fucking so paranoid, because you probably catch it if you're there for like 5 hours, 6 hours, everybody shouting, screaming, singing. Nobody's wearing a fucking mask in the pub. I mean, come on, let's be fucking honest. And these people are probably losing this shit right about now. So, but yeah, I didn't go. I don't go to pubs usually. I love restaurants. That's my thing. That's the thing I love to do. I don't like pubs or discotheques. I'm too old for this shit. I don't even like bars, to be honest with you. Or cafe. Cafe shops are okay, but you know what I mean. I just like to go to eat. But now they have these weird restrictions. So you need to go. First of all the waiters are wearing masks, which is freaky as fuck. Okay. Then you have to go in. I haven't been still to a restaurant, so I don't even know. But you have to go in. Everything is 2 meters separated. So so it's like 2 meters between all the tables. So I think there's like fewer tables, right? Which is okay. I don't like overcrowded places as well. Anyways, but you need to go in. I think you need to wear a mask. And they squirt you the little, thing when you enter for your hands. Then you have to walk to your table, and then you have to remove your mask. But if you go to the toilet, you have to put your mask on. It's like, what the, and it just kind of ruins the experience for me. You know what I mean? Like, I was even telling to my mates, like, I don't want to go to a restaurant right now because I see some of my mates are starting to go out, and because like I'm not gonna enjoy myself. You know what I mean? If I feel like I'm in a fucking pharmacy or something, everything is super, like sterilized. I don't enjoy that. Like, you know what I mean? You you go to like little shitty restaurants in your neighborhood for, the cutlery is gonna be a little bit dirty, the orange juice is gonna be, mixed with water, that type of shit. It's a bit meh, filthy and stuff, but that's part of the experience, And I mean, I was about to say something much worse, but I'm not gonna say it. I should do one day, if I manage to grow this fucking thing, I should do like a Patreon. Because on Patreon, you have this thing where it's like a completely different platform. So everything you post is posted only to your Patreons. Nobody else can see it. You know what I mean? And nobody can censor you. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Because on YouTube, if this thing grows and if you start to say crazy shit, people will flag you and they can take down your channel. But on Patreon, nobody can flag you. So, you know what I mean? And then I'll have some of these jokes because most of the things I improvise that come into my head that I wanted to say, but I don't say them because I will get in serious trouble one day if I say them. But they're funny. I say them to me mates in private. I say stupid shit all the time, and but they know I'm only joking. But and I'll do it on like the Patreon or something where I don't know, you pay like $5 a month, like $2 a month or whatever, and you get to hear the nonsense, the uncensored craziness of my head. Anyway, but yeah, if I don't know, I'm just interested to see what's gonna happen now, like because people will start to go out a lot, and I think there's gonna be a second wave, to be honest with you. But I have no fucking idea how the government is gonna react because if there is a second wave, trust me, you're not gonna have a second lockdown, mate. Okay, like you had your chance, you had 3 months, right? I think what we did it make a difference? I think it made a pretty big difference, isn't it? Like the cases are relatively down compared to the start, innit? So that's it. You had your chance. Nobody's fucking staying summer. In England, we're mid-July now. You know what I'm saying? We're mid-July by the time this thing comes out. Like we've lost almost half of the summer. You know what I mean? And in this country, summer is literally 3 weeks. Warm, end of July also warm. There's no fucking way you're gonna keep people inside. Forget about it, guy. Especially in this country, if people cannot travel now, to be tourists and all that stuff, because of the. I think they lifted the travel restrictions, but a lot of the countries are having some financial difficulties, especially the countries in Europe that are like mostly that have a big chunk of their economy as tourism, right? So British people and people in this country, they're not gonna fly around that much now. So that means that everybody will have their vacation here and they'll go to some other parts of the country. Everybody will be traveling, and there's no fucking way, mate, you can have a second lockdown. You know what I'm saying? But there will be a second wave, and I'm just interested to see either the media is gonna be like, the government's gonna make a phone call and be like, hey, listen, guy, listen, there's gonna be a second wave. and just don't say the numbers, okay? Just put, you know what I'm saying? Don't scare the people or whatever. So, or maybe they'll just now report it, you know what I mean? They'll underreport it, or they'll report something else. Like when the protests were happening for about a month straight, we didn't hear a single word about the corona, right? So maybe they'll be like, nah, don't report it, and people will forget, and that's it. Because I think this is the situation now. You know, there's no way people are gonna be like, yeah, okay, let's fucking stay at home. But anyways, we have something more fun to talk about. I don't want to talk about the corona anymore. But yeah, I would just a bit of an update because things are happening now in my life because finally the lockdown is lifted. But I got sick, so I haven't done any fucking work this week, which really annoyed me because I have a lot of things to do. I try to be a very productive, busy boy. Hey, sorry about that, guys. This has actually never happened before, but my computer just completely shut down. Not shut, yeah, shut down on me. Like everything fucking stopped working. So I needed to actually stop the video and the program. This is the first time ever that something like this happened. Usually everything is on one go, but I don't know what the fuck's happening in my program or something. So I needed to stop it anyway. But let's just give it another go, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? Let's give it another go. Florida news, Florida news, Florida, Florida, Florida news. So I have 5 stories for you, and this is my favorite part. This is my favorite segment so far, in the show. Florida news, pretty much, yeah, the most magical state in America, Florida. Okay, first story. Let's have a look now. Florida woman farts at Dollar General, pulls knife on offended shopper. So Dollar General, that's like their Poundland or Dollar Shop or whatever the fuck. And a 37-year-old, I'm not gonna mention the name, has been charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, according to AP. According to whatever the fuck, sheriff, whatever the fuck, he was watching in line at a Dollar General on Sunday night and passed gas. One customer was offended and began arguing with her in reference to the defendant farting loudly. Per the report, the Florida woman then allegedly pulled a small folding knife out of her purse and said that she was going to gut him, stab him, whatever, right? To be honest with you, what, like, it should have been the other way around, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest. Like, listen, I was in, what is it? HWA Smith or whatever the fuck. It's like a place where they sell books and like pens and papers or whatever the fuck. And back in the day, I was in town for something, waiting on one of my mates, and I think he was late for like or something, and I had some time to kill, so I just went there. They have a lot of books and magazines and all that type of stuff, just to browse or whatever. And I'm sitting at this section where they have history and hobby magazines and stuff, and I love shit like that. And there is this like older guy. I remember, I will never forget this. He's just looking at a magazine or whatever, and I'm like, so I'm here, and his back is here, so he's really close, and this is way before the corona, so nobody care about the 2 meter distance type of shit. So he's here, and I'm just browsing, and this fucking guy, he just stands there, and and it's super quiet, and he just goes like, and I was just like, and I turned around and I was like, you dirty piece of shit. I didn't say that, but I thought of it. And if I had a knife, I wouldn't stab him, but I'll probably hit him with the with the part of, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? It should be other way around, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be funnier if the guy pull a knife on her and be like, I'm gonna fucking stab you. And but yeah, like, the woman, she had gas. But hey, what you do is you go out and then you fart, I don't fart in my room. I go in the corridor. It's true, sorry, it's true. And sometimes if I have a fart to let out, especially if there's other people around. I'll be so embarrassed if I fart in front of other people. I don't even fart in front of guys, and we find it hilarious. I mean, farts are funny, but I fucking hate the smell. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? So just that's funny, and fart jokes are funny, and somebody farting is hilarious. Okay, especially if it's in a place that you don't have to fart. I'm just thinking about some fucking scenes from sitcoms and movies where people just stand there, everybody's wearing a tuxedo and a super important cocktail party, like, oh yeah, they talk about history or whatever the fuck, and oh yeah, the economies of whatever, so and so, everybody's super fucking super weird and posh, and there's like a silence for a few seconds. Oh yeah, and somebody just lets out the fart because they thought that in all the commotion nobody's gonna notice and hear it, but just as he was about to let it, everybody was quiet for a second, and that's just funny. It's just awkward, isn't it? So this woman, yes, what can you do, man? But pulling out a knife, and now can you imagine if she goes to jail? That'd be hilarious. Hey, what are you in here for? Well, I killed 12 people, What are you here for? Well, I strangled my husband. What are you here for? Well, I put a knife on a motherfucker that complained that I farted too loudly in a door shop. They'll be like, okay, stay away from us, you psycho bitch. Florida, what the fuck? It's funny because I say I wouldn't mention the names, but then I put fucking pictures on the fucking YouTube videos of the article so you can actually see their names. But I don't want to get in trouble, with people who pull out knives because they farted in a door store or whatever. Or at least if you're just listening to this, I wouldn't incriminate anybody. Okay, next story, please. Florida man masturbates to porn and library. Okay, now this is the Florida man masturbates to porn in library. This is like the most. How many times we've seen? I mean, I don't mean seen something like this, but how many times we've heard about guys masturbating to porn in libraries? There is, it's pretty common. But the reason I chose this article, let me have a look. This article was, March 2020. When was the lockdown? I don't know. In Florida they had lockdown and stuff. So Florida, by the way, is the state that deemed pro wrestling as essential business, so they managed to operate pro wrestling during the pandemic, which classifying pro wrestling as essential business is the most American thing ever. Like, only state like Florida can do something like this. Hold on, I have this fucking mustache and I drink water and it's all over my mustache now. And now I know why they call it the flavor saver. Okay, the mustache, because it drives me insane and I want to remove it. I want to kill you, you fucking mustache. Look at that. I want to remove it completely. I have to these days. Fucking hell, I was too sick. I couldn't be bothered. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. Florida, so you know what type of people they're over there. The good, proud Americans. Goddamn America. Yeah. America. Fuck yeah. On Thursday, an officer from the Claremont Police Department reported to a battery in progress. I get it, because he was buttering his cock. Buttering, isn't that mean like slapping or something? I know that they butter fish, what they put, in cornflakes or whatever, flour and eggs, and then they put it on the frying pan. But I think buttering also means hitting, isn't it? Ha ha ha. At the Cooper Memorial Library, according to the arrest of affidavit, or whatever the fuck that means, 26-year-old Troy was, quote, getting physical. The way that this article is written and the report of this art, that's why I added it here, because it's just so funny. Getting physical with the security officer who was attempting to remove him. But why did they put getting physical in the sentence when they mean with the officer? It sounds like they were getting physical, you know what I'm saying? Some good old butt loving. Good old butt fucking. Yeah, get in there, boys. I love it, boys. 2020. Oh, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Who gives a shit? And nobody should gives a shit if a guy wants to buck fuck on was a library police officer. Florida, you crazy bastards. So the guy, so Troy was allegedly quote unquote masturbating in the library. Well, why is it allegedly? Didn't they saw the fucking guy and they had a camera while watching pornographic images? Quote unquote. Who the fuck wrote this article? On one of the library's public computers. Okay, first of all, who the fuck wrote this article? Was it like a 90-year-old nun or something? Pornographic images. Ooh, I'll break it to you, Missy, or whatever the fuck your name is. Everybody watches. No, you'll be happy if they watch pornographic images. No, they watch some sick, perverted videos. Some very naughty people on the internet, okay? Because the way this article is written, I literally imagine a guy watching a image of like a Playboy cover from the mid 80s or 90s or whatever, like a white woman with like some fat, slightly saggy, oh no, probably perky tits, and she had like those. They had these weird haircuts in the fucking 90s and the 80s. Like, they looked like a mullet, but if you, like a fizzy mullet, or like a mullet if you run it through if you put a mullet in a George Foreman grill and then you spray it with like, what's it called, that spray for the hair, fizzy spray or whatever. And yeah, it was just so fucking bizarre. And and they had the big bush as well. Who the fuck loves a woman with a with a hairy vagina? Listen to me. I'm not talking about. I like when it has a little. I don't know how's that called. A little this on the vagina. You know what I'm saying? Like a little haircut. I like a little hairstyle on a vagina. A vagina that's been to the barber. You know what I'm saying? But what the fuck's up? Like, am I in the rainforest? Am I somewhere in the Amazons? Am I deep in the jungle? What the fuck's happening here? Okay, your vagina should not look like Tarzan's playground. You know what I'm saying? Like. Your vagina should not look like George the Jungle's wife hairdo. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking like crazy and out of fucking nowhere. No. Fucking trim that shit down, okay? And I just don't understand how there was a time in history where that was not only socially acceptable, but that was the norm. That was the trend. You were seen as a psycho if you removed your pubic hair. And you can see, like, I don't know who the fuck watches porn from the 70s, by the way. Why the fuck every time I go to Pornhub or whatever, PornTube, Xtubes, X videos, or hey, way too many porn sites, Mike. Yes, I do. I used to be lonely for a few years. Don't judge me. Why there's always from time to time and they just pops like recommendation, right? Or popular video of vintage. Who the fuck watches vintage porn? Have you ever seen vintage porn? Oh my god, it's disgusting, bro. All the women have the weirdest haircuts, right? They have the full bush, which is disgusting. Nobody has ever heard about squats, fucking gym, nothing. All the women look bizarre, bro. Like no strength anywhere in the body, like even because girls now they're skinny but they're toned, you know what I'm saying, they're fit, they're strong, skinny. And even the big girls, there's no more fat women, by the way. Like, it's very rare you're gonna see like a fat woman. There's no more. There's like thick, big, strong women. There's no more fat, just like no, even fat girls go to the gym, bro. I have a few fat girls in my gym, and they're not fat. They're just strong as fuck, bro. They can lift some shit. They can body slam me. You know what I'm saying? Jump off the top rope, hit me with the elbow, and just do the, you know what I'm saying, like the sharpshooter and the lion tamer or whatever the fucking, and I'm just gonna be tapping out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're all strong as fuck, but not in the 70s, bro. All these crazy women, man, they look like shit, honestly. And these were like, oh, you know, in the magazines or like the erotic movies or whatever the fuck they had back in the day. Those were like the top-notch, good-looking women, like the, you know, all the porn actresses or whatever the fuck. These were like these are the hottest skanks that we have in the 70s, right? If you take these girls, right, and they're prime in their mid-20s or 30s or whatever, and you transport them now, bro, like 80% of the women, go to any city center. Okay, I live in the West. I don't know where you live, but go to the city center and look at women that are like 26, 27, 20, like that mid-20s, right? Or late 20s. That I think 26 to 30 something, that is the best age for a woman. 32, 33, that's like the, well, maybe because I'm 30 and this is the age that I like to date, but this is like the best time for a woman, I think. 25 and up. Below that, they're fucking crazy, man. They say stupid shit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot take you seriously. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, just looking at 80% of the women that you're gonna see on the street are 100 times better than those fucking women in the 80s. You know, like the top notch, because, you know, like, women look after themselves now. Women know about dieting. They go to the gym, which is a huge game changer. You know what I'm saying? They have all the makeup, they have like all the clothes, and they have all the, even back in the day, if you were a girl, if you're like 20 something and you don't know how to put fucking makeup, who's gonna teach you? Now you just go to YouTube and you can learn literally everything. You can learn about products and clothes and all that shit. So women now are 100 times better. So don't get me started on the fucking full bush. Hold on, how the fuck yeah, I remember how I got into this rant. Okay, hold on. The security officer observed. Okay, so the security officer observed that Troy's pants were a quarter of the way down from his waist, and his penis and testicles were exposed. Who the fuck? Oh, whoever wrote this, God bless you, honestly. He noted that the patron was, quote unquote, actively masturbating. The security officer ordered him to leave. Troy started to make his way towards the elevator, but the security officer told him to follow him down the stairs instead. The command was ignored. Troy rushed to the elevator and leaped inside. Oh my god, this is getting proper like Indiana Jones of Florida. Fucking hell. The security officer stuck his arm between the doors and prevented them from closing. This is literally like a fucking movie, mate. What the hell? That's when the previously masturbating Florida man, quote unquote, grabbed onto his arm and attempted to pull him into the elevator. Why you wanna pull the security guard in the elevator with you? What the fuck you on about, guy? Troy was able to close the elevator door and make it into the first floor when the security officer was waiting. Duh. How fucking... Oh my god. Yeah, of course he's gonna... It's just one floor, guys. It's a library. You know what I'm saying? It's not a skyscraper. He was escorted out of the library and then ran towards the wooded area, at which point the police arrived. Troy has been charged with with indecent exposure, battery, and 2 counts of resisting without violence. His bond remains at 85 grand. Just think about that. That's insane. While he stays in the Lake County jail. He has a long history of arrests in Lake County since 2015, with prior charges including but not limited to larceny, obstructing justice, trespassing, domestic battery, witness tampering, resisting arrest, and battery. Jesus fucking Christ. Troy was born in Kansas City, Missouri. But he lives in Florida. So, once in Rome, do what the Romans do. Once in Florida, jerk off in the library and run away from the law and get arrested for $85K bond. Just let this sink in. By the way, how fucking insane this thing is. Like, the guy jerked off in the library. Like, what the fuck you put yourself in that position? But the bond is $85K. Most people, including me, I will have to work many years, many years to make $85K. And many people, including probably me, because by the looks of it, I think comedy is gonna be dead in a month. Like, the whole industry is gonna disappear, and I'm gonna talk about it in the next episode. Haha, boom, boom, boom. There's like a teaser. The next episode of the Mike Yanek Show. Will the comedy scene in the UK survive? Will there ever be any more jokes? Will everybody go into depression? Will Mike ever make some money and a career in the comedy industry? Find out in the next episode of the Mike Yanek Show. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, if the comedy industry is destroyed, I will probably never see $85K in one place. I wouldn't make that much money at once. So how the fuck is this guy gonna pay this bond? Are you kidding me? So I don't know. But don't masturbate in libraries. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that he's an innocent guy, but just put it in perspective how insane $85K is. I mean, come on. And if he's masturbating in the library, let's be fucking honest, he's never seen $85K in one place. Yeah, he's not like an executive of a Fortune 500 company and he's just jerking off in the library on his day off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they usually don't do that. They usually jerk off in some other places because they're probably weirdos like everybody else. Hey. Hold on, let me see how much I've done. Okay. Because this episode is a bit weird because I needed to chop it up and now I need to do the math because it's two separate files. Now I did 20 minutes before that. But I'm not going to do more than 50 minutes today because, I'm still looking after my health. And you want me to be healthy and happy, don't you? So I'll probably just do the Florida news and that's about it. Because I had some other stuff as well, but yeah, it's... we'll see. Okay, hold on. Next story, please. Here is your next story. Hold on. Fucking hell, come on. Next story. Woman sues Hamburger... Okay. Woman sues Hamburger Mary's, that's like a chain of like McDonald's, that type of stuff, for 1.5 million, says she was injured by a drag queen's breast. Okay, and when I read this story, I was like, what the fuck's happening here? So apparently, somewhere in Florida, they have a place which is like a fast food type of shit restaurant, hamburger restaurant. And the waitresses are drag queens. And I was like, oh my god, yes, queen, yes. Okay. And if you follow the show or if you know something about me, I'm a massive RuPaul Drag Race fan. And I've actually went to my first drag show. Last Pride. Yeah, so when is Pride, by the way? Is it in July, June, August? It's during the summer. I think it's in June. I think it's in June. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Okay, I have gay mates, but I don't know. I don't know because I don't follow. I don't celebrate anything. Honestly, mate, I just don't follow anything. And you know me, I don't post hashtags and all that stuff, so I don't follow. But we went. The drag show, to be honest with you, was not that good. I was a bit disappointed, but I went to a drag show, so that was a thing on my bucket list and I really wanted to do. But I want to go to like a proper one, and I want to go because some of the drag queens on RuPaul, they tour the world and stuff, and sometimes they come to the UK, so I want to go and see them. And another thing, I'm very lucky. I don't want to turn this podcast. I'm not going to talk about my new girlfriend in the future that much. I promise. I don't want to be one of those podcasts and one of those guys, but I just want to say she's a huge fan as well, so I'll probably go with her to drag shows. Yes, because like some of me male friends get super freaked out. Like my gay mates, they don't care, they think it's awesome and it's fun, but some of me straight mates, they get really creeped out. And I mean, I have too many groups of friends now. Like I have my civilian mates, which are people who are not comedians, and I have my comedian mates. My comedian mates, they're all very, you know what I'm saying? They're very open minded, and they don't give a shit. Comedians do not like legit comedians. To be honest with you, doesn't matter how vile they might seem on stage and provocative and say outlandish shit. Comedians are one of the most tolerant and open minded people you will ever meet. I'm not even joking. Because, like, for us, it's all about, are you funny and are you cool to hang out with? That's it. I don't give a fuck, mate. Like, who you are, what's your identity, color, whatever the fuck. If you think you're a toaster on Mondays, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. Just, bro, just fucking don't. Was the saying, bitch, don't kill my vibe? Yeah, the guy, just don't kill my fucking vibe. We're out here just chilling and we're telling jokes, you know, and that's the Mike Yanek show as well. You know, I feel that the people watching, they can take a joke and they know I'm talking shit, so it's like hanging out with comedians, isn't it? So, okay, I just need to check something because I forgot my ADHD. So this is how I feel like this show is, you know what I'm saying? Just don't kill my vibe and don't try to cancel me and all that shit because I don't give a fuck. So comedians very open-minded people and I love them, and we're bizarre weirdos, and but some of my civilian mates, my straight mates, they get very weird out and they're like, oh wow, this is like gay, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. So I don't have nobody to go with, and I have two female friends that they're really into drag, but they're always busy. And one time there was like a really important no, hold on, I think it's called, so there is this thing where it's called like something ball. What was it like? It's like an exhibition or something. It's like a cat show, a catwalk, you know, like fashion, but combined with drag. So there's like music and people are dancing on the catwalk, like drag queens dancing, and they have like these drag queen dance battles. It looks. I saw some videos, mate. It looked fucking insane how like the energy, and it just looked so interesting and so artistic and creative, and I just love shit like that, you know what I mean? I love art that is like outside of the box, you know what I'm saying? Like I want something that is provocative. I love art that makes people uncomfortable and that type of shit, and that pushes the boundaries. And if something offends you, that is good. Like that's the fucking purpose of art. Art should offend you. You know what I mean? Like it should push the boundaries. And I love this shit. And all my mates got freaked out. All my straight mates, and they were like, because they questioned their masculinity, and they were like, nah, I'm never. Are you kidding me? I don't want to see a guy in a dressed as a woman in a thong dancing or whatever. But me, I don't give a shit. So I was just like, no, it's just an art form, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be sexual, you know what I mean? So, but now I can go with her, so yeah, boy, I'm very happy. So what I'm trying to say is, like, if they open a shop like a restaurant where drag queens are the waiters and waitresses, oh my god, bro, I'll be there every single day. Drag queens are probably one of the like, I mean, RuPaul, obviously, I don't know anyone in real life, but the show, the things that I've seen, drag queens are probably the most outlandish, cartoonish, funny, like bitchy, sarcastic people that will ever exist. They're it's so fucking funny, and they can get away with pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying? When you see a gay black dude who is dressed as a woman, who is dressed as a giant, I don't know, like they dress like a shrimp or like a cucumber or like an avocado or like a princess or whatever the fuck, and he's on fucking 7-inch heels and he's dancing and doing fucking the splits or a backflip or whatever, and he can pretty much say anything. Like, even if he says something outlandish, people will be like, yeah, I think he's yeah, you can say that, you know what I mean? So they can get away with a lot of stuff, drag queens, and you know, that's why they have the creativity and the freedom to be that crazy and that outlandish. So but when I saw that, I genuinely didn't know that the places like this existed where you can actually go and have like a drag restaurant. I didn't know that this thing existed. So a woman so Hamburger Mary, that's the name of the restaurant, okay? Keep that in mind. So a woman visited Hamburger Mary in Tampa, Florida, is now suing the establishment for 1.5 million after she says she was injured by a drag queen's breast while at dinner with friends in 2015. Neodin, that's the name of the girl, says she was with friends and family at the restaurant for dinner to celebrate a friend's birthday on May 30, 2015. According to the complaint, the suit was the suit says this was the first time Molina had ever visited the restaurant at Tampa. She claimed when she entered the establishment, she didn't see any signs of any special events. Uh, she was eating her fish and chips dinner at approximately 8:45 p.m. when she heard music and heard someone begin to speak, and then the crowd cheered and clapped. She turned her chair around to see what was going on and saw a person dancing on the stage that was in the restaurant behind her to the left. She started watching and overheard another table say that the drag queen show was starting. She turned back around and continued to eat and socialize with her friends and family as the show went on, according to the complaint. At approximately 9:40 p.m., Molina turned around and saw performer Amanda Dehod point point at her and start to walk towards the table. Molina claimed she immediately turned around to ignore the performance. A few minutes later, Molina felt someone touch her shoulder from behind her and noticed it was Amanda Dehod. According to the complaint, Amanda walked in front of Molina and unexpectedly grabbed Molina's head and wiggled her breasts against the plaintiff's face and head 8 times. That's so funny. D-Hawk reportedly grabbed Molina's face and pushed into her left and right before violently pounding it against D-Hawk's chest for up to 9 times. So she grabbed her heads and pretty much that's called a motorboat, okay? And this is pretty much every guy's dream to motorboat. I wouldn't say every guy's dream is to motorboat a drag queen's fake breasts. That's only one of my personal dreams is to motorboat a drag queen's plastic silicone breasts, but it just comes down to personal tastes. I'll have some explaining to do in a few days when certain somebody sees this podcast. One of the few people who actually watches this stupid show. So the complaint said Molina let the restaurant manager know that she was in excruciating pain and she was getting a headache, and she filed a complaint. The manager told Molina he would notify and give the complaint to the owner, who was not currently at the restaurant. Molina later went to the emergency room, at Memorial Hospital of Tampa for quote-unquote excruciatingly cervical pain and uncontrollable headaches. Come on, girl, really? The manager called Molina weeks later and gave her the business insurance information for her to follow up on the complaint. Molina is seeking 1.4 million for medical costs and expenses for the past, present and present. Hold on. Molina is seeking 1.5 million for medical costs and expenses for the past. How the fuck? Present and future, including the pain and suffering she physically and mentally endured. Come on now. The complaint also stated that Hamburger Marys failed to advise anyone on the possible dangers while dining at the possible dangers. Come on now. You have some titties in your face, girl. What the fuck, man? Hold on. I have some 10 minutes more to go. Well, you had some fake titties in your face. You should be happy, girl. Man, Americans sue each other for fucking everything. I think this is like the new way to make a living in America. Sorry, no disrespect, America, but what the fuck, man? You all sue each other like fucking crazy, like over nothing. Like, if this thing happened in England, honestly, like, and if somebody filed a complaint, I think they'll be mocked severely, like, especially 1.5 million. Give me a fucking break. I saw the lady, by the way. She's a young lady. She's like in her probably mid 20s or 30s. But don't go after me now. Don't sue me, okay, lady, for fucking mental and physical damages. Okay, but I think she was just looking for a paycheck. But I think it's a funny story. And drag queen restaurants. Boss. Man, I read all of. Hold on. Did I read all of this? Oh, wow. I read all of this. Fucking hell. I don't usually read that much. Oh my god, dude. Florida man makes beer run with Gator in hand. Okay. Jacksonville, Florida. A man made a beer run into a Florida convenience store carrying a live alligator while with its mouth taped shut. Video posted by television station WTLV. WTLV, bringing you the latest news. Pom pom pom. Jacksonville, Florida. Shadows the unidentified, or whatever the fuck, unidentified man. That's a horrible word. I cannot pronounce it. Unidentified man walking into the Jacksonville store holding the gator. Have you seen a gator? While with his right hand, he walks with the gator towards the counter, asking, "Yo, ain't out of..." Hold on. Quote, "Y'all ain't out of beer, are you?" Y'all ain't out of beer, yeah, are ya? Y'all ain't out of beer, are ya? Y'all ain't out of beer, are you? And then sees someone in the back of the store and says, "Is he taking the last bit of beer? You ain't taking the last bit of beer, are ya?" Is he taking the last bit of beer? You aren't taking the last bit of beer, are you? Man, sometimes I miss drinking. Like, I used to drink as a teenager. I don't drink anymore. I used to drink beer and stuff. But I just get drunk and do stupid shit like that. Is he taking the last bit of beer? You ain't taking the last bit of beer, are you? The man with the gator jokingly runs at the other man as people in the store laugh. He then grabs a 12-pack of beer. The television station says Florida Wildlife Investigation are looking into the incident. And you know what, mate? I have a fucking video over here and I'm gonna play it right about now. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this. Oh my god, this guy is carrying a fucking alligator into the store. This is like, I think this is like a baby alligator, but this thing is fucking huge, man. Looking at it. Oh, y'all never seen a gator? Oh my god, yeah. Look at them, just fucking everybody's running and shit. You never seen an alligator like this? Goddamn, welcome to Florida, man. Have you seen a gator? Man, I grab a 12-pack of beer. You never seen a gator? But yeah, but don't be cruel to animals, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be cruel to animals, they're sweet boys. Okay, Florida man reportedly attempts to rob a convenience store armed with a finger. Do you want me to read that again? Of course you do, if you're just listening. Florida man reportedly attempts to rob a convenience store armed with a finger. Okay. And listen, let me tell you. So, in Lee County, Florida, authorities are looking for help identifying a man they said pointed a finger at a 7-Eleven clerk and demanded cash early Wednesday before leaving empty-handed. It happened around 2 a.m. at the store located on Bonita Beach Road near Imperial Shores Boulevard. Ooh, you cannot have that Imperial, or that name has to go, baby. It's 2020. Cancel culture, go for that name. According to Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers. What is that, like what is that? South Florida Crime Stoppers. Is that like a neighborhood watch or something? Is that all the moms in the neighborhood looking for bad guys or something? Dude, this crime is more like ridiculous than the name of this. Like, what's it? Florida Crime Stopper Southwest. Like, more ridiculous than the name of this organization. The man walked into the store with a red shirt covering his face and approached the clerk with a pointed finger. So listen, he didn't even put the finger below the shirt, like, you know, that classical, give me all your money. Hold on, I'll show you, you know, all of that. And listen, if it's like this, and if it's like you just walked in and you're panicking and he has like a jacket so you can barely see it, you can think that there's something underneath. But he didn't even put the finger. He just put it out like, give me all your fucking money, okay? You never seen a Gator? Are you run out of beer yet? The man demanded all the cash from the register, but the clerk refused and the man left the store. Oh my god, he was seen riding a white bicycle north of Imperial Shore Boulevard. The man is described as being in his early 20s, approximately 5'8" and weighing 165 pounds. Fucking hell, that's really precise. But how fucking stupid. But just hear this sentence. The man demanded all the cash from the register. No, hold on. The man walked into the store with a red shirt covering his face and approached the clerk with a pointed finger. The man demanded all the cash from the register, but the clerk refused and the man left the store. So he just walked in, with a red t-shirt on his face. Hold on, what a coincidence. Or is it? Or maybe that was me. Did I rob that store? I don't fucking know. Hold on. So he just walked in and he was like, hey. And the clerk was like, yes? He was like, give me all your fucking money, guy. And the guy was like, you're just holding a finger. And he was like, hey, I identify my finger as a pistol. It's 2020, don't be so judgmental. And he's like, but that's not a pistol, it's a gun. And he's like, well, just because it sorry, that's not a pistol, that's a finger. And he's like, just because it looks like a finger doesn't mean it's not a pistol. It identifies as a pistol. Boom, boom. And the guy was like, no, I'm not gonna give you any money. And the guy was like, oh, so hold on, you're not gonna give me any money? He's like, no. And he's like, okay. And he just left and I'll go home now. And he goes on his bike and he leaves. I feel sorry for the guy now. And now they're gonna arrest him. He's gonna go to jail. He's gonna have a criminal record. Can you imagine how fucking difficult it is for this fucking guy when he goes to jail and they ask him, what are you here for? Somebody's like, you know, a guy was like, I stabbed 3 people. You know, I stole all their money. What's the other guy? What are you here for? I fucking decapitated my wife and set my building on fire, killed 27 people. What are you in here for? I tried to rob the liquor store. Oh, that's okay. That's a first offense. That's a gateway drug into, that's into life of crime. Well done, kid. You're young and you look like you have potential. Well done. You'll be a good criminal one day. And he's like, I just left one detail out. And he's like, yeah, what detail? Why, you stole too much money or something? What happened? No, I tried to use my finger as a gun to rob the clerk. You did what? I tried to use my finger as a gun to rob the store. Why? You dropped your pistol? You forgot it in the car? What happened? He stole your pistol from you? I never had a pistol. I just walked in with my finger. Okay, but at least you put it below your shirt, isn't it? Like the way you're supposed to do it, so they don't even know what's below that shirt. They get scared to give you all the money, right? No, I just pointed my finger at him. What the fuck's wrong with you? What? I said to the guy that I identify my finger as a pistol, but he didn't buy it, so he didn't give me any money. Listen, don't drop the soap. Do I have more stories? No, that's it. And you know what? Fuck it. On that note, hold on. Where is my little remote? Yes, look, I'm wearing shorts. My hairy legs. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to end it on this note. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Don't drop the fucking soap, okay? Have a nice week. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you next week. Next week. Next week.